Dr. Hovind, I love your doctoral thesis. I've torn it to pieces with house and gaffle. I can't remember when I last pissed myself laughing. It's a good thing the thesis mopped the piss off the floor.
Welcome to part 59 of this read-through and peer review of Kent Hovind's doctoral dissertation, which was published on wikileaks.org on December 9th, 2009. If you have not yet seen the previous parts in this series, then I recommend that you go back and see those first, as in this episode I will start off exactly where I finished off in the last. In the last episode, Kent told us how the day-age theory of the Earth was also bull, and that it was all a case of worried Christians trying to please the evolutionists. In this episode, Kent starts with another one of his analogies. Over to you, Kent. Let's look at another analogy regarding the age of the Earth. Let's suppose that we were to go out and find a sunken ship with a box of coins on that ship.
Our treasure hearties.
When you open the box of coins, you find dates on the coins from all different ages. If there is a coin in the box from 1850, right away you are limited to say that the ship sank after 1850. Actually, Kent, to be perfectly honest, you're limited to say that the box of coins that particular coin was in ended up on that ship after 1850. That box of coins could have been placed on the ship after it had already sunk. This could be by design or by complete coincidence. If you find a coin in the box from 1820, that doesn't mean that the ship sank around 1820, because you also have an 1850 coin in there. You are limited to the youngest date in the box. It may have sunk well after that, but it cannot have sunk before that. If there is a 1850 coin in the box and it is not a forgery, then the ship didn't sink in 1849. Once again, Kent, it could have done. You are, of course, excluding the possibility that the 1850 coin was a commemorative coin. For instance, it had been minted to commemorate a jubilee or other such event the year before in 1849. The ship could have been carrying a cargo of these commemorative coins, or even just a sample when it sank on its way to its destination. But anyhow, the same analogy is true when trying to determine the age of the Earth. Really, Kent, I don't see how. In fact, Kent, I don't see how that entire last paragraph containing that analogy is at all relevant in any way to the age of the Earth. Surely, your analogy should work in reverse. You see, Kent, if I shuffle through the coins in my pocket, I find a coin that was minted last year. Now, if we follow your analogy, then what you're really trying to say or trying to demonstrate is that the Earth was created last year. Realistically, we should be looking for the oldest coin. Or in the case of the Earth, we should be looking for the oldest rocks. In which case we'll have to go with rock samples recovered from Western Australia, which have zircon minerals in them that are dated back to 4.4 billion years ago. So for that reason, we have to conclude that the Earth must be at least 4.4 billion years old. Isn't it great, Kent, when your own arguments can actually be used against you? I bet it's quite fair to say that you wish you hadn't put that example in there. Eh, Kent? Anyway, there are many different ways that scientists try to test the age of the Earth. Yes, Kent, And analysing the age of the rocks that compose the Earth is a good one, but do go on. There are probably 500 or 600 ways to try to show the age of the Earth. Oh dear Kent, I think there's quite a few more than that. It is a very difficult thing to do conclusively. No, not really, Kent. But tell us more. If a few of the methods to date the Earth give old ages, but others give an age that is only a few thousand years old, as many do, then you have a dilemma. You must decide which you want to accept. No, Kent. No, you don't. Absolutely no, you don't. What you actually do is you try and work out why there is such a large disparity between the various different results. You look at the methods that were used and the principles that were applied, and you try and see if there are any faults, if there are any miscalculations there. You also look at supporting evidence from other related and non-related fields of study. Take, for instance, Kent, the fact that the oldest rocks on Earth are over 4 billion years old. And also add this to the fact that rocks recovered from the Moon during the Moon landings were also about 4.5 billion years old. Add to this the fact that helioseismic data dates the Sun at around about 4.5 billion years old, and meteorites originating from within the solar system are also around about 4.5 billion years old. Now add in that when you trace back all the various ancestors of ancestors of ancestors right down to a common ancestor within evolution, you get a date of around 3.5 billion years old. Then you have very compelling evidence that the Earth is around about 4.5 billion years old. Now, when some crackpot adds up the ages of all the characters in the Bible and comes up with 6,000 years old, then has nothing really substantial to support that, other than what is written in their book, then I'm sorry, but we're going to have to dismiss it. Carry on. Because many scientists want to believe evolution, they will of course select the few that seem to indicate great ages and ignore the evidence that indicate a young age of the Earth. Taking only evidence that supports a preconceived idea and rejecting all other evidence is not very intelligent or scientific. No, Kent, it isn't, is it? I mean, starting with the preconceived idea that the Earth is only 6,000 years old because the Bible says it so, because you've added up the age of all those people right back to Adam, and rejecting all other evidence from a multitude of different scientific disciplines because they don't agree with the age as suggested by the Bible, is just not scientific at all. On the other hand, taking all the evidence that suggests that the Earth is a great age and understanding why you are getting those ages, understanding the scientific mechanisms that give the results that they do, and cross-referencing those results with results from other related and unrelated studies. Now that is scientific. And what you're doing, Kent, is rejecting the work by some of the most brilliant scientific minds on the planet in favour of a book written by goat herders.